Genghis Khan, the man who conquered more lands than any other in history. Born in the early 12th century amidst the harsh terrains of Mongolia, Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was destined for greatness. A prophecy at his birth spoke of a leader who would unite the warring tribes of the Mongolian steppes. Life was not kind to young Temujin. The death of his father, betrayal by his own tribe, and a life in poverty hardened him. But these trials forged him into a warrior, a man who could the harshest of conditions and still emerge victorious. With his indomitable spirit and strategic mind, he rose from the ashes of his early life, destined to become one of the greatest conquerors the world has ever known. Born under the sign of destiny, Genghis Khan was marked for greatness from the start. Intriguingly, there remains a shroud of mystery surrounding his final resting place. Legend has it that to protect the secrecy of his tomb, all those who knew its location were mercilessly killed. Thus, the tomb of Genghis Khan, much like the man himself, remains an enigma. His legacy continues to intrigue and astound us, even centuries after his death. From the steppes of Mongolia, a leader emerged, one who would change the course of history. His name was Temujin, but the world would come to know him as Genghis Khan. In a time of fractious tribal feuds, Genghis Khan began his ascent to power. His early life was marked by hardship and survival, but these experiences shaped him into a formidable leader, one who understood the importance of unity and strength in numbers. Genghis Khan's rise to power was not without its challenges. He faced opposition, betrayal, and even captivity, but each setback only served to strengthen his resolve. He was a man of action, not content to sit back while others made decisions that would affect his people. The first step in his meteoric rise was the unification of the Mongol tribes. This was no small feat. The Mongols were a fiercely independent people, scattered across the vast steppes of Mongolia. But Genghis Khan saw the potential in this disunity. He realized that, if united, the Mongols could become a force the world had never seen before. With this vision in mind, Genghis Khan began to rally the tribes. He won them over not just with his military prowess, but also with his charisma and his vision of a unified Mongolia. He introduced a code of laws known as Yasa that promoted order and unity among the tribes. He restructured the military, breaking up the tribal units and creating a merit-based system that rewarded loyalty and bravery. Key battles were fought, and with each victory, Genghis Khan's reputation grew. His strategies were innovative and ruthless, his warriors disciplined and relentless. He was a master of psychological warfare, using fear as a weapon to demoralize his enemies. With the Mongol tribes united under his command, Genghis Khan was ready to embark on his legendary conquests. He had risen from humble beginnings to become the supreme leader of the Mongols, but this was just the beginning. The world was yet to witness the full extent of his ambition and the impact of his reign. With a united Mongolia behind him, Genghis Khan set his sights on the rest of the world. A new chapter was about to unfold in the annals of history, one that would be remembered for its audacity, innovation, and the sheer scale of conquest. Genghis Khan was not just a warrior, he was a military strategist par excellence. His approach to warfare was revolutionary, marked by a blend of psychological warfare, superior mobility, and intelligence gathering. He harnessed the power of his disciplined, highly mobile cavalry, using a combination of speed, agility, and surprise to outmaneuver and overwhelm his adversaries. His first conquest outside Mongolia was the Tangut Empire of Xixia, a powerful kingdom in northwestern China. After a series of bloody battles, the Tangut Empire surrendered, becoming the first jewel in the Mongol crown. But this was only the beginning of his expansive vision. The Jin dynasty in northern China was next. Despite their formidable strength and vast resources, the Jin were no match for the Mongols' innovative tactics. Genghis Khan's forces swept across the Jin lands with a speed and ferocity that left the Jin reeling. By the time Genghis Khan was finished, the once mighty Jin dynasty was a shadow of its former self. Then, he turned his gaze westward to the Khwarezm Empire. Despite a disastrous initial encounter, Genghis Khan's relentless determination and ingenious tactics eventually led to the complete annihilation of the Khwarezm Empire. By this point, Genghis Khan's empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean in the east to the Caspian Sea in the west. An empire of such vastness was unprecedented in human history. His name echoed across the globe, a symbol of unbridled power and conquest. Yet, this was only the beginning. Genghis Khan wasn't satisfied. His eyes were set on the rest of the world, his thirst for conquest unquenchable. He was a force of nature, unstoppable, a whirlwind of destruction and creation. The world had never seen such a powerful conqueror, and yet Genghis Khan was just getting started. His story is a testament to the power of vision, determination, and sheer force of will. It's a story that will continue to inspire and awe for generations to come. At the height of his power, Genghis Khan ruled an empire larger than Rome's. This is no mere hyperbole. His dominion stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the gates of Eastern Europe, a realm so vast that it dwarfed even the mighty Roman Empire at its apex. Size, however, is but one measure of an empire. Its influence and impact are just as vital. Genghis Khan's rule was not only about territorial expansion, it was also about the establishment of a complex administrative system, the likes of which the world had never seen before. His empire was not just a collection of captured lands, but a well-organized, efficiently managed machine. His policies, often misunderstood, were revolutionary for their time. Genghis Khan was a pragmatic leader who understood the necessity of a strong, centralized authority. He established a merit-based system, where skills and loyalty were valued over lineage. This was a stark contrast to the prevalent feudal systems where birthright often determined one's fate. He also championed trade and communication, setting up an intricate network of trade routes and relay stations that facilitated the swift movement of goods and messages across his vast empire. This was the Silk Road, the precursor to the interconnected global economy we know today. His rule was marked by religious tolerance, a rarity in an era where faith often dictated alliances and sparked wars. In Genghis Khan's empire, all religions were treated with respect and allowed to flourish. However, his reign was not without bloodshed. The Mongol conquests were characterized by brutal warfare and mass killings. Yet it is important to remember that in the context of the times, such violence was not unique to the Mongols. Comparatively, other empires like the Persians and the Greeks also had their fair share of blood on their hands. This is not to excuse or justify the atrocities, but to understand that Genghis Khan was a product of his time, a leader who knew how to wield power effectively. At its zenith, Genghis Khan's empire was unparalleled in size, power, and influence. His legacy is a testament to his extraordinary leadership and strategic prowess, a legacy that continues to reverberate through the annals of history. Genghis Khan's death did not mark the end of his influence. Instead, it marked the beginning of a legacy that continues to this day. His empire, vast and mighty, did not crumble with his demise. Rather, it continued to grow, reaching even greater heights under the rule of his descendants. The Mongol Empire, as it was known, became the largest connected land empire in world history, stretching from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. But the footprint of Genghis Khan extends far beyond the borders of his empire. His influence seeped into the fabric of the societies he conquered, shaping their cultures, economies, and ways of life. His innovative military strategies have been studied and emulated by military leaders for centuries, while his policy of religious tolerance within his empire has been hailed as a model of pluralistic governance. Genghis Khan also left an indelible mark on the world's genetic map. Recent scientific research suggests that roughly 1 in 200 men alive today are direct line descendants of Genghis Khan. That's an astounding testament to the reach and impact of one man's life. Yet, the legacy of Genghis Khan is not confined to textbooks and history lessons. He's become a fixture in popular culture, appearing in films, novels, and even video games. His life has been romanticized, vilified, and everything in between. Despite the passage of nearly 8 centuries, his name continues to evoke a sense of awe and intrigue. But perhaps the most enduring part of Genghis Khan's legacy is the lesson his life provides. It's a testament to the power of determination, strategic thinking, and leadership. His story tells us that a person's humble beginnings do not dictate their destiny, and that with enough ambition and relentless pursuit, one can change the course of history. Genghis Khan was more than a conqueror. He was a force of history that shaped the world as we know it. So, who was Genghis Khan, truly? Born into hardship, he rose from humble beginnings to become the ruler of the Mongol Empire, a force that, at its peak, stretched from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. His life was marked by a relentless pursuit of power and an unyielding will to conquer. He led his warriors into battle, expanding his dominion through a mix of strategic alliances, military prowess, and sheer force. His rule, though marred by violence, brought about cultural exchange and trade across vast territories. He was a leader not unlike Alexander the Great, but carved his own unique path in history. In the end, his legacy is one of a conqueror who changed the course of history, shaping the world as we know it today. His influence can still be felt centuries later, a testament to his enduring impact. Genghis Khan, a man of destiny, a leader of unparalleled prowess, a conqueror beyond compare, still fascinates and inspires us to this day.